How's it going?
All right, the countdown is going to start on the screen. You won't see it. Like I said, I'll come count you down. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Ugh. 5 minutes. About a minute and a half. One minute. Thirty seconds. $15. All right, let's get this started. Oh, there I am. All right, let me make me a little taller. All right, what is up, everybody? I am Stony. I'm an old fat guy who is doing everything he can to stay involved in BMX, which is just not easy lately. I'll get into that in a minute. I hope this video finds you all safe, and I hope you all had a fantastic 4th of July. There are some things coming up. If you might want to look into it because it's just cool. Mike Carmody over on the, I don't know if it's called BMX Grail. Oh my God, I'll put a link to it when it's done, but he's got an interview coming up with R.L. Osborne. And I think it's later in the week. I should have all the information, but I'm seriously doing all this last minute, so I don't. But there will be a link below when I'm done. You're going to want to check it out. Mike is the biggest R.L. Osborne fan ever, and for him to get to meet his idol virtually and watch them interact is just, it's dreams coming true. And I have been living a dream come true ever since I started this, and it's nice to watch other people do it, and kudos for Mike. Also, Cornhuck is coming up, and hopefully I can make it. I don't have the date. Again, I am the most unprepared video speaker, webisode, blogger, whatever you want to call me. But Cornhuck, it's coming up. It's in September, and you want to look it up. You want to support Carl. You want to support Nowhere BMX at the compound. I'm going to try to make it out, which may or may not happen based on everything going on in my life right now. To be able to do something like this right now, I couldn't do it without my brother. And my brother is, because we take care of my mom right now. She needs 24-hour care. And so he's the one making this possible. He's like, hey, get out of here for an hour and a half. Go do what you want to do. Come back, whatever. Okay, cool. Fantastic. So, Tommy, thank you very much. All right, let's get this started. He's waiting. He's in the hopper. He's a little excited. This interview is about a year in the making-ish. I met Chris in Brooklyn at Cornhucket last year. We talked on and off online at the time, and we were both like, hey, this would be cool if we can, get something going. Let's do something together. And the original plan was for me to go out there and just film an episode, which right now is just not possible. And thank you to modern technology, this is the next best thing. So I'm going to bring him on right now. Hold on. There he is. Look at that sexy man. What is up, Chris? How you doing out there?
What's up?
Surviving?
Surviving.
All right.
Surviving, riding my
Do you have
bike,
do you have a
you
good
know?
4th of July?
Oh, we did. We did. I had the kids. I got three kids, and they were all off doing their thing. So I spent most of the night
Okay.
riding my bike.
Well,
So
let's get into this.
and
Dude,
avoiding
I have all
fireworks.
kinds of questions for you, and like it's exciting to me. Like this is really cool to me because I don't know you very well. So basically, to feel out your personality and you feel out mine, and it being recorded, I like looking back at things like that because basically we're making friends, and adults don't do that anymore.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I ask everyone this because it genuinely fascinates me. What is your first BMX memory?
First BMX memory. I'm old. I'm 50 years old. So I lived in California when I was a kid, and until I was
Mm.
8 or 9, 8 I think. And 1974, my parents bought me a Schwinn Mini Scrambler, uh, the orange one, and my the guy at the bike shop knew about BMX. He got my parents to get the BMX seat instead of the banana seat, and so they gave us directions to a race. And my mom and I got lost, and I missed my
Oh
first BMX
no.
race at the age of like I think 5 in 1975. But looking back and reading like BMX history and stuff, I was like actually got to witness, one of the first races, type thing. But fast forward to like 1980, I think 81 is when I started racing in Detroit. My first memory though was hitting this doubles that were like
Mm.
outside of my school. A bunch of the older kids are doing it, and I went for it and wiped out really bad, and then got up and did it again and made it, and like I've been hitting jumps
That's
ever
cool.
since.
You said you're 50
So,
years old. How's your body feeling?
yeah. Body is feeling good. I bit my tongue last night, so that sucks. If I'm talking kind of weird, I don't really have a lisp. But this year I'm kind of injury free. Last year I saw you. I had a sprained ankle, so
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't even
right.
ride with you. But yeah, I was limping all. I went to Cornhucket and it sucked. I should have had such a much better time. I didn't get to ride at all, but I filmed a lot. But it
All
was.
right, that's cool. And your whole family rides, don't they?
My wife rides, and two out of my three kids ride. My oldest kid doesn't ride, but uh, it's just that's not something I push. Like he kicks it and hangs out. He goes with us to raise every year, and we rent him a jump bike, and he has a blast on that. So yeah, this BMX family. Uh, I've never had a practice day. It's all about the soul of it.
Hmm.
Go out and ride and have fun.
Was your wife
So
a rider before or after she met you?
she skated and she rode BMX and stuff before she met me. I don't think she was like a hardcore BMXer that she is now, but she took into it like really quick, and like we spend a lot of time on our bikes together. It's a great way to spend time together.
Man,
Conversation's awesome.
I
So
gotta ask this, and
yeah.
like, well, there's so many different layers of the onion to you, and I'm kind of fascinated. So forgive me if I skip around. Tell me
Okay,
about how you got
that's all
involved
right.
with art in general.
I was always kind of the art kid. I went to school for it, and then for IU, I did the graphic design thing, and then I spent 10 years trying to be a rock star, touring the band and whatnot. And I kind of used the art with all in that field, with bands and posters and whatnot, and just it's just always been the other thing that I'm
Hmm.
an artist,
Okay.
so Uh, as far as the BMX thing, it really it's not. Grudge kind of started as a thing for the writers, and the art thing and the product thing is like more like more organically along with it,
Mm.
you know. So uh, it just kind of goes hand in hand. I don't know. It's kind of like being in a band. Just take crazy road trips with guys, and someone's always out of control, and
Yeah.
you know, I just having fun with it. There really was no plan to begin with. We were doing shows under a different team name, and that kind of just ended. And then I started a new team, and started with 9 guys here
Mm.
or 6 guys here. 4 of them are just still on the team, and that was in 2012,
Okay.
13. So and we're up to 30 riders in 11 states. So
That's something all by itself I want to ask you about. Like you have quite a few names on your team. There's Alec Rutherford, who I love watching him ride. You got Steve Cole, Dustin Reese.
yeah,
There's who are some of the names?
uh, Dustin is a friend. Dustin does not. He doesn't
Oh, I
ride for
apologize.
Grudge,
I apologize.
but
I thought you
it's a,
did.
it's a it's okay. It's okay. I just didn't want to nail him down. I gotta ask first, Tony. No, I big names. We've got some names that are really growing, and as I go around and talk to people and I mention them, their names are known like already. So, and that's really an awesome thing to see. I kind of like really wanted Grudge to be a vehicle. Just putting a name on a group of people gives everybody more
Hmm.
exposure. Everybody brings each other up, and that was kind of like the whole thought behind it. Um, and obviously having a T-shirt is something to rep. It brings it all together, and it's just kind of like organically grew through that. I've got really bad ADHD, so I'm constantly creating artwork, and it gives me, as you can see, when I send you a bunch of stuff, it gives me an outlet. So
Wait, hold on. Time out.
I
Time
literally
out.
create.
Time out.
I can create that much stuff
Time
in
out.
one
I got to
day.
fill everybody in. So everyone that knows me
All right.
knows that I hate everything about phones. I just they're a trigger on me for whatever reason. And Chris, being the friendly guy he is, when we kind of discussed trying to get something like this going, I counted. You sent me over 400 photos on Messenger, dude. And I told my girlfriend, I'm like, "Whoa, this is just kind of crazy. I don't know how to react here, but it's all good. It's
I figure I figure whenever you're bored, now you have something to do.
that's all good. So
I'm.
let's go back. When you were first starting out Grudge, was anyone starting it with you, or was it just you, or how did it come about?
I started it off. I had a couple. There was a split with a couple other guys from another team, and I I started a new team. So I had a couple of the guys that kind of followed with me. A writer named Dylan Lichkay definitely was my main guy in the beginning. Helped me put and keep the
Hmm.
a team going, getting just putting it together. Um, he was like my main guy. He's not riding right now, but people. I have writers that they get married, they go have kids, they've come back, and they start riding again. They're awesome again. So it's not something I really put up. I'm dealing with the fact that I have writers that started with me at 17 who are like 20, 25 now, 26. You watch them go through their stages of life. I've done that myself. So like as a sponsor, it, just
Hmm.
let that happen. But yeah, it was there was another friend of mine um, who was involved in Grudge, um, more of a silent
Hmm.
partner, more of a friend who like they kicked off the other team, and I like, yeah, let's start a new team. Um, he's not with me anymore. There are some things he was taking credit for everything that I ever done and stuff like that. But anyways, You know, I start with people who people who start with,
Right.
you know. But a Grudge has been a really good experience as far as um, all the people that I met. You know, even doing this, this is really cool for me too.
Oh
By the
no,
way,
thank
thank
you. It's my honor.
you.
So let's switch gears a little bit. You were one of the original kitchen riders, as I recall, like one of the first locals to really take to that place.
No, actually, when the kitchen came about, I was like kind of really in a disconnected time. It wasn't until like 2010, 2011, I started making some like BMX friends again. I was, I never stopped riding. I just was like solo for a long time, and I completely got disconnected for a minute. And man, you meet one cool dude, and then it's just like
Mhm.
back in, you know. So that happened right. I started going to the kitchen probably right after
Okay.
Brett had hurt himself.
Because
So
I've heard stories
yeah.
about, yeah, they. So again, this is last minute. I apologize for not having all my facts. So okay, that's cool. Let's talk about your apparel and all of your products you have going on. What kind of stuff is Grudge offering?
Well, this year we do have a website. We got, you know, grudgebmx.com. Our shirts that are on there are from last year, but they're kind of our standard. Every company I've noticed, you know, has their standard shirts that they keep
Mm,
running over and over again. Those are all black with white um, logos on them. And then what I've done this year is I've kind of I've taken the price down. Everything was $20 before plus shipping. Now I'm offering T-shirts that are custom orderable. You can choose what I've got one on right now. You can choose what logo you want.
mm,
This is one of our new ones. You choose what logo you want. You can choose what color shirt you want, and it's completely custom. And they're only 15 bucks with
all
shipping.
right,
I
very
mean,
cool.
included. So I took it down the price down like 10 bucks, and the shirts are great. I washed the crap out of mine. I torture tested them, and they look really good. So I'm really happy with the fact that we can offer something cheaper because the BMXs are broke. You know,
We are broke. It's true.
you know. I'm one. I know.
Well, let's. I want to ask you about sponsoring events because I've seen the Grudge logo on event after event after event, and you do give back to the sport a lot. Does that work out for you, or do like people try to take advantage? Because it's just like I know what I've gone through, and like the more I put my name out, the more people just appear trying to like I don't want to throw shade, but there's people out there looking to take advantage. And you sponsor so many events and so many riders. Like, is it does it work, or how do you
Yeah,
keep it
wait,
working and not
wait.
like getting out of control?
I keep it working like financially, and the fact that like Grudge really doesn't make me any money. It goes right back into like supporting
Mm,
my riders and whatnot. And if I do ever if we do jams, I stopped doing shows, so that was an income that was coming in as far as that went. But I paid all my riders all the money. I was losing money, so I'm trying to build a brand, which is like the secondary thing idea that
mm-hmm,
came along with Grudge is I've been doing jams
mm-hmm.
instead of shows because that's where my market's at. You know, I've been trying to reach the BMX world, and nothing's better than come out and riding a bunch of
Yeah,
ramps and
yeah.
having a good time. So that's I stopped doing shows and I started just doing jams. We sell some shirts at the jams. It pays for the next jam. Um, I kind of go through it. Having so many riders, I'll kind of like pick an area and send everybody their shirts at one time, you know, and then, you know, get it ready for another area. We've got, you know, like a crew in Memphis. We have people all over. We have, but like I'll kind of like take one care of one area. As far as like jams go and sponsoring events, there's a lot of cool people out there who, you know, and I'm trying to give back. You know, like It's like when an artist accepts an award for their music and they thank their fans. You got to give back. Like BMX. I started this whole thing because people used to take me around as a younger rider and take me
Mm.
to races and stuff and had a blast. Just trying
All
to do the
right.
same thing. But I've had good experience as far as sponsoring events. I think I've just been lucky to work with a
Okay,
lot of really
cool.
cool people. So, and I am sponsoring both of Tim Hankins' things this year. He's got a jam in, I think, Pennsylvania, and then one in the Kapaloo Jam. So, and then I believe I'm still sponsoring Corn Hucket. I haven't talked to Carl, but those are the three things that we're doing this year as far as
All right.
other than
And is the
Grudge. Yeah.
whole Corona thing, or what did you have planned that current events stopped? I'm curious.
Mainly working as a
Yeah, I believe
DJ.
it.
So that's my only like real job. I work as a DJ. I've been doing that since well
Hmm.
'91. So that's been difficult, but Corona actually I've had during this a really cool experience for Grudge because I've had people from our sales actually kicked in. Like we had people ordering. We got two international orders. We got just a couple of people reached out and said, "Hey, man, I see you're not working, and I want to buy some
Yeah.
stuff," and that was really cool. You know, Once again, the BMX family is like
Hmm.
the best family in the world. Like, just want to say that. Love all you guys out there.
Well, let's talk some more BMX then. Like, I'm curious, who were some of your
Ah,
influences in your throughout your writing?
well, I saw you talking about R.L. Osborne, and by the way, if you are a fan of R.L. Osborne, I suggest that you friend him because he will talk to you, and it's really cool. um, my my influences, you can see it when I ride. I kind of ride like man. My favorite pros back in the day, I was a racer, so my favorite pros were like Eric Roop and Eddie King, and Mike King,
Hmm.
Pistol Pete Lunkarovich. The favorite, like freestylers are like Woody Itson. Um, I had a brush with fame when I was younger. I was like 19. I painted Todd Lyons' helmet, the
Really?
POW helmet for yeah, with the Public Enemy that went around the back when he wrote for S&M when he wore it. So I used to paint uh, frames and helmets. That's where my art thing in BMX started, like
Okay.
way back when. And then I don't know, just the magazines, Dave Conan, Fuzzy Hall, the
Hmm.
jumpers, So uh, it, the street guys, Pete Augustin, Craig
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Grasso, you know, yeah.
That's cool. So
I
you and
stopped racing and went straight to street, and I rode the street for like solo for
mm,
like 15 years. Yeah.
so when you're out riding and you have the whole family with you, like that's got to get a little interesting because if you go to a park, they're usually packed with kids on scooters. And I would assume that Papa Bear gets a little protective, seeing all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the family. So, yeah, how does that work out? Like, are you chill about it? Are you like, what are you doing? Get away!
Pretty chill about it because both my kids have really good. I taught them park etiquette. They were out doing all my youngest one. He's both of my youngest kids
Okay.
ride for Grudge, and they're little shredders, by the way. My 10-year-old just started riding a
Nice.
bull. That's the most difficult thing to handle at the park right now, is the fact that he's shredding the bull at
Mm-hmm.
O'Brien, which is a deep bull, and he just decided he's going to ride it, and he just dropped in and started riding it. And the hardest thing is is that I'm not currently doing that, and my 10-year-old's passing me up. But no, they have really good park etiquette,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much everywhere they they have a different experience, I think, because they've just been riding with
Mm.
pros all the time, like their entire BMX life. So at the park, we uh, riding down the street, it feels cool because we all have cool bikes and everybody hits the same curb. You know, it's like a train that just is endless. So it's kind of cool.
Well, we got about a half hour into this already, believe it or not. Um, I'm just curious because you said something that kind of scared me a little bit. You go, I have questions for you. And I was like, okay,
Oh, I do. Well, they were technical questions because I'm old.
so it's nothing on the hot seat then.
that, that was it. What I would like to talk about is like
Oh,
a couple riders like that are
please
really
do.
like killing it. Is that like good? All right? Um, to give him a follow and everything. Mike Green from Memphis is just like straight killing it lately. We just put a new kid named Kian Sherry from uh,
Mm.
PA, and just posted a video of him just killing it. And he's jumps across the front of a car and everything. Is pretty awesome. um, we got
Hmm.
Joe
Love
Bags
Joey
was on
Bags.
team this year. Joe Bags, love the guy. Steve Kolb joined the team this year. We've got Alec Rutherford. Does what can you say about Alec? That has been said. Maniac. We got so many good riders, and like I'm got all the rest are gonna be mad at me right now. Shout out to Mike Laurie. I that I suggest just follow the page and watch them because that was my main goal. Wasn't to sell T-shirts in the first place. It's to get exposure for my riders. Like I I feel like I've got dudes who are. I stack my team up against anybody for real. It took me a while to build this team, and man, I'm super proud to be a sponsor of every one of these guys. They're all awesome people. They're really great guys. When you meet them in person, like ask for a sticker because I send them to them to give away. So like for real, Grudge has always been about um, just being a BMXer. It's not. We're all normal guys, and I'm trying to cheat a bunch of normal guys like they're famous already because well, in my opinion, they should be. So yeah.
Is there anyone like who's on your radar right now that you're like, ooh, I want to look into having that guy doing some business with him?
um, I've got a couple of things like in the mix. I did a sticker for Tough Luck, um, and I haven't given it to him yet. Jason, when I see you at Swamp Fest, I've got a whole bag of stickers for him. They're really cool. They came out really cool, but you got to come to Swamp Fest to get them. Um, and then I've been working with this dude named Craig Grasso. I don't know if you
Yes, sir.
heard of him before. Um, it, it's 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 kind of nothing has been finalized in plans yet. What we're doing with the project, but it's really cool to work with him. He had really cool artwork that I loved back in the '80s and whatnot. And fast forward to this time period, and I'm actually talking to the guy and working on stuff with him. So we've done some pretty cool artwork together. I'm basically doing color treatments of his drawings and then adding some other grudge type stuff to it. Uh, that's really cool. I met Stu Thompson this year. That
Nice.
was really neat.
Where was that at?
Riders wise, I just added two racers. I have Tim Hartfield from the
Mhm.
Milwaukee area. He's a younger racer, and I've got another kid named what is it? Andrew Hughes from
Mhm.
Memphis. Both of the guys are racers, and I just finally I've stayed away from the racing thing. I feel like for too long, and they're both really well-rounded riders, but they're killing it on the track. So I kind of it's kind of something I'm kind of looking at.
All right.
One thing Corona slowed down is I wanted to go racing this year,
Well,
but
now
that's kind of
that
done.
we're kind of coming out the tail end of the corona, do you have any things, any events planned for Grudge BMX in the near future or just this year?
Absolutely, we're gonna do every year we do a Tyler hurdle jam, which we already did. We had our first jam; it was really successful. A lot of people came from far away, actually, and had a great time. There's the bowl jam was live on the Grudge page if you want to check it out. And then we're gonna do that again. And that's gonna be our venue for this year is O'Brien Skate Park in South Bend. It's just off of 31 from the bypass. Look it up; it's really easy to find. But we're going to do at least two more jams for the summers out there. Uh, I think their next one's going to be called the Look at All This Money Jam because I'm going around to businesses and getting money, and we're going to have cash prizes even for the amateur classes. So, like, just don't tell anybody. And then we're going to do the Ride for Glenn Jam, which is what we do every year for Glenn Cilliers. He was a really good friend of everybody in our crew, and that's kind of our bookend summer thing that we always do. But yeah, hopefully we can get you out to
Yeah,
one
I
of them,
want
Stony.
to. Just life.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel you,
we're
man. Feel
gonna
you.
kind of tie a bow on this. Before we do, is there anything you'd like to tell the world about Grudge BMX or any of your riders, or if people want to contact you, how do they do it?
All right. Well, okay. First off, we got grudgebmx.com. All of our contact information's on there. Hit us up on Facebook for Grudge BMX. I even have a writer page, Chris Grudge. If you want to if you want to follow an actual old guy, this is OMG. So, like, yeah, I do have a writer page. I'm not very good. I do a lot of tabletops. Um, also, shout out to all my writers, man. To all you guys, if you guys are watching, man, I love you guys, and I could not do any of this without you because, like I said, I'm not a very good writer myself. So, but um, my writers, my guys, a lot of my guys are like more like
Mhm.
family to me, and I've been really close to a lot, of, almost all of them. So, like, uh, it's like saying a shout out to my family, basically. A shout out to my wife who works really hard on Grudge too. It's like I don't do this alone. It's not just me. She's the behind the scenes person, helps me figure out things like how to do the Skype and stuff like that. And also shout out to King BMX and Nowhere for the support we got from them. House of Bikes in Osceola. We got some support from uh, local businesses here in town. Not they're gonna be on this, but
Oh,
thank you, Stony, for giving us the interest, man. And like I'm new to this world, I feel like, but every as far as being a brand or anything like that, and it's been a really awesome experience, and I just can't wait to see where it takes us. Really, like
very cool.
stay the
Well, I,
course. Also, hey, everybody out there, I love y'all, and this is a crazy time. And when stuff goes crazy, grab your bike, just go ride, and give a random
yeah.
person a high five. It works. Yeah, that's my advice for right now during
All right.
Corona.
Well, Chris is basically a big teddy bear. He's one of the most friendly people you'll ever meet. And like he does a lot for the sport of BMX, especially locally. And it's just we need more people like Chris. So, thank you for what you're doing. Hopefully, we can do this in the future again. I consider you a friend of the channel. If you have something to promote, let me know and let's make it happen. Sound good? All right. Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming on, brother. All right,
All
we are
right,
going
man.
to wrap this up, and I want to thank each and every person for watching because, like, I'm very honest with myself about what OFG is and isn't, and for people to tune in and watch what we're doing. And for some of the bigger name riders that come on, or just any riders that come on and support what we're doing, I appreciate it a lot. So thank you very much. I wanted to say that. With that, let's wrap this up. I gotta go to bed because I gotta be up in a couple hours for work. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by going to www.ofgbmx.com. We got some shirts, we got some stickers, we got some swag, we got cool stuff like that. So feel free to check it out. And that's gonna be it. And Chris, last word. Love and peace.
Love and peace.
All
Love you,
right.
man.
Love you, brother.
I'll see you on your bike
All right.
soon,
Peace
man.
out, everybody.